Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Rising, Ultra Rising. This is Lord Heka, Soul Ra, a.k.a. Heka the Black Butterfly, a.k.a. solraeljustice, a.k.a. you already know who it is, man. It's no need for no introduction. All right, y'all, man, listen, first and foremost, thank you with grace and compassion and gratitude to everybody that been showing love, emails, comments, likes, sharing. Thank you to those who have recently subscribed, to the channel. I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? I also want to say, y'all, we hit 1,000 subscribers, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that helped me to reach 1,000 subscribers, man. I really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the contributions. We a few more steps closer to getting me out of here, but at the same time, we accept our now moment and we accept the present of now, and we allow now to occur within our life, because this is where the power occurs. You dig? With that being said, my cash app, as per the law of giving and receiving, is $divinemoira, DIVINEMOIRA. Other than that, let's go on and get it. Let's go on and get it. So where I've been the last couple of days, right? Let's talk about that. Where have I been the last couple of days? Since I've been in here, man, I've been really having to do a lot of self-introspection, because, that's the whole spiritual, metaphysical reason of me being here, is to go within myself to uncover ancient technologies and uncover memories of my core signature that I wouldn't be able to access otherwise, okay? So when I say everything happens for a reason, everything does happen for a reason, right? But that may make you wonder, how can a timeline be artificial if everything happens for a reason? We're going to get into that. I'm going to bring clarity to that, because it sounds a little contradicting. I can understand, but consciousness is contradicting. Science is contradicting. Life is contradicting. If there's no contradiction in your life, then you must be standing on the same level. If you're standing on the same level of life and growth, then it's an illusion. You're not growing. You know what I'm saying? So I've been here, having a lot of realizations. I've been, sometimes I can't sometimes I can't be with the outer world, right? If I could, I would be with the outer world, you know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, you got to read the energy of your situation and whatever that is occurring in your life. You got to understand the depths of it, because there are no true truths on the surface of anything, right? If I was supposed to be communicating with everybody all the time and everything, then I'll probably be outside. You feel what I'm saying? So, with that being said, guys, you got to read the energy, okay? So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, too. What I've been doing some simple introspection. I've been, building my light body ethereal programming and adding more dimensions to it based on my realizations, based on uncovering technologies of the human body, of the soul, consciousness, and, through my experience. Other than that, that's really heavy. Some days I'll be needing to rest the body. Some days these upgrades, these ethereal programming, because you got to understand, y'all, it's all about eternality is what I call it. It's all about eternality and ethereal mechanics, right? Ethereal mechanics, of course, is a science that's not recognized by too many big people, because it's really, really it's really, really complex energy and whatnot, okay? So with that being said, the title of today's lecture is, what exactly are artificial timeline realities? And read the energy, not the surface. This is very important. My whole intention is to show you, no matter what, to keep living your dreams. Also to show you how to read the energy, guys, because this whole time, this reality is an illusion. An illusion is based on a lie, or what we think we are perceiving, we are not really perceiving in actuality, right? So the realities that we are experiencing here in the three-dimensional world are artificial. They are artificial, and they are based on egoic programming, right? Now, the ego is a artificial option, right? Because you can choose to operate out your ego or not. So it's not necessarily a light body function. It's a freaking option. You know what I'm saying? It's like a video game. You can choose to play with your ego, or you can choose to freaking go within yourself and access your core signature, and you can choose to play as your authentic self. You know, it's all about you and how you move in the life in the game, right? In the game. So, you know, with that being said, we got to focus on building our eternal programming. We got to focus on adding dimensions to our light body. But that video is for another day, okay? An artificial timeline, right? When I say artificial timelines, I don't necessarily mean fake as in F-A-K-E. Although F-A-K-E is R-E-A-L. They're the same exact thing. Like the fact that we collectively agree that fake, right, doesn't identify with the concept of real. Actuality, fake is just as real as fake. It's the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? Now, when you're talking about true owl, you're talking about the true owl. That's when you're talking about the higher dimensional spaces. That's when you're talking about the actual truth of what's going on. So remember, real is different from true owl, right? And so truality, now remember, ality is a particular state and degree of consciousness. So you can add ality on the end of any word, like personality, right? Like truality, like reality. You can add ality on whatever you want to add it on, especially when it's dealing with the metaphysics of the entire space, right? So the artificial timeline realities are the lower self. They are based on the lower self, and they are based on the egoic personality timelines. So what I mean by artificial is that these timelines are fake in the sense that they are real, but really they are heavier and more dense timelines because they are based on fear operated algorithms, and they are based on heavier dense experiences. So the experiences that project through these timelines, these artificial timeline realities, are heavier experiences, or they weigh more. Right? They may weigh more. And what I mean by that is you can really only manifest the artificial timeline based on artificial technology, right? And also based on decisions based on the illusion of the human mind, free will, and the lower self, okay? Ego identity. So what that means is the higher self or the core self already has like a predestined plan, but the human mind has the opportunity, as per the illusion of the law of free will, to make its own choice. And so, even though it could be guided to do one thing, the human mind uses the free will to do another, right? And so what that means is that's creating an artificial timeline reality, which is based on ego, because the ego always wants to do opposite of what the true self wants to do, okay? So that's literally what I mean. So fake and real is the same thing. There's no difference between fake and real. However, there is a difference between truth, right? True. That's why you say truly divine. I'm truly divine. That's when you're talking about your true self, right? The ego, we're truly divine, right? The higher self will say we are truly divine because the higher self knows to recognize it, the I am in everything. So it means that it knows that it is everyone. All right, so now when we're talking about reading the energy, not the surface, right? You gotta, like when it comes to my situation, guys, you got to read the energy, not the surface. When it comes to anything, you got to read the energy, not the surface, because this entire reality is based on illusion. So there are no true truths on the surface of anything. You have to go within. You have to go within in order to access your memories or access the core signature of you, your authentic self. So anybody who is operating out of their true authentic self and who is operating out of the higher dimensional timelines are not operating out of the artificial realities. They're operating out of the lighter realities, out of the timelines that is more desirable to experience, out of the lighter aspects, okay? So out of the higher self. Now, there are plenty of higher selves, right, than what we know. So we're just talk about the ones that we can access right now. So what this means is that when you read the energy, look at who I am, right? We are the same person out as we are in, because I know because of the law of wisdom, right? Based on the law of wisdom, you know better, you do better. You got to pay attention to my energy. How about the projects I've put out? I put a whole book out called The Universal Metaphysical Law Book of Divine Justice. It's a book teaching the law, not the law that's in the Bible, but the law that's in the Bible. You feel what I'm saying? It's a book that's teaching the universal spiritual laws. It's a book that's helping you to gain authentic liberation and soul evolution, you know, in the ethereal realities with your true self. That is a big thing. Like the information that I'm sharing, that I be teaching, is really huge information, because it's helping people, it's giving people the power to believe who they are, to believe in themselves. Now, with that being said, people, you got to notice the patterns of situations. Now, there is no coincidence that this person, that person, this person, that person, we can name people, right? We can name people, but let's stay clear of identifying experiences with names, and let's just be the observer of our own awareness right now. And we are the awareness that is aware of these artificial timelines and these egoic patterns that have been going on in the realities, right? So together, we got to collectively team up, as per the law of two, as per the law of three, to basically transform, usher out, and transmit newer energies and higher vibrational collectors. With that being said, bro, I'm aware of my environment, of my condition, of my situation, in order to project particular traumas on certain people. Like for the last 5 years, December, and the December that's coming is gonna mark my 5-year mark of sobriety off of hard substances, but also it's gonna mark my hard substances, right? But also it's gonna mark my sobriety off of doing and putting out negativity into the world. 5 years ago, I made a deal, and this was a deal with my higher self, that once I received the powers that I received based on what happened to me through me in Atlanta, that I could only do good. And so from that moment, I chose to only do good and to only put out good energy, goodness into the reality, because I chose to create balance based on all the negativity that I was doing throughout my life, right? So I forgave myself. I went through a whole healing process. It's to the point now where I know I'm too aware to not know, to move by accident. Right, everything I do on purpose. I move by intentional. Everything's intentional and on purpose. Nothing I do is by accident. Right, that's how aware I am. So I know better than to be doing things and stuff that what I'm locked up for. So that's what I'm telling you. You got to read the energy. It's not a coincidence that teachers, that people be out there teaching the light, you know, depending on their past or depending on what people can throw on them and the people that's around them. Sometimes like these situations are coming up, but it's not a coincidence, bro. You gotta read the energy. You know, you gotta read the energy, right? It's not a coincidence, and you gotta read who a person truly operate out of. If I operate out of my authentic self, if I have accessed my core signature and I'm showing the collective how to access their core signature and their memories, you tripping? I'm on my way. I've already left planet Earth. You feel what I'm saying? You're only seeing a remnant of me and a clone, so to say. Not the real me, but the me that's just the essence, the little piece of me I left behind. I've been left. This is an actual past life timeline that is operating right now. Like, if you can see something, then it's so much dense that it's actually past life just like you. Right? When something becomes invisible, this is because it's higher dimensional, higher vibrational. It's beyond your imagination and what your imagination perceives. Right? So, you know.
1 minute remaining.
Yeah. So that's what I'm telling you guys. You have to go within, because on the surface, you know, there's no true truths on the surface of anything. And on the surface, there's nothing but egoic personalities, egoic timelines, just artificial insemination, right? Just timelines that's just birthed out of freaking free will, human free will decisions. Right now, you are the master and the creator of your life, and so you know, 111. You know, you create your reality with your thoughts. So always make sure you don't let the outside reality identify who you are. Also, don't let people, what they talking and what they saying about you, identify who you are. You know who you are. Like me, I know that I am my true, authentic self, and I'm at peace with my mind and my heart. Yeah, I'm in here innocent, but I'm taking full advantage of the opportunity to grow and expand my consciousness. With that being said, if this touched you in any way, $Divine More, I love you. Be